Thank you, Al. Thank you, Al. Thank you for making us laugh.
Did I?
It feels good
Sorry.
for all of us, to me, but as Al's pointed out and Senator Warren pointed out, Andy and Ann, this isn't a laughing matter. Now, I'd like to tell you, because you've heard what this legislation would do, I want to tell you a little bit about Colorado. Colorado's a great state, too, and we'll get into so is Illinois, so is New York. We're all proud of our states. But Colorado is home to some of the best colleges and universities in our nation. And these schools help students cultivate the skills that they need to find good-paying jobs and achieve their own American dream. But as we've heard, and you all know, and the young adults, the young Americans behind me know this all too well, the price tag on a quality education is rising faster than ever. And far too many college graduates are weighed down by a mountain of debt. And I'm an old mountain climber, and I know that even the steepest mountains can be overcome, but even the most skilled climbers cannot reach the summit of even the shortest peaks when they're weighed down. And student loan debt is a real issue in Colorado. 760,000 Coloradans carry federal student loan debt, Al. We have 5 million people in Colorado. That's an enormous percentage of Coloradans. Coloradans 2012 graduates on average carry $25,000 in outstanding loans. There's a lot you can do. We've heard this today already with $25,000. You could use it as seed money to start a small business, make a down payment on a home, pursue an innovative idea or a passion instead of remaining in a job just to collect a paycheck. But instead of investing in their futures and in our economy and in our future, this debt is holding Colorado's graduates back. And it's not just about young people who are weighed down by this colossal burden on our economic growth. I've heard from Coloradans in every walk of life who are struggling with interest rates as high as 14%. And I want to share a couple of stories with you. One concerned father in Littleton and his wife told me they live paycheck to paycheck, paying off more than $250,000 of their own student loan debt. Andy, your story is very, very powerful in that context. And they agonize now, this couple, how they're going to afford to send their son to college this fall. Another Coloradan, a mother of two, Inga, she lives in Pueblo. She took out a $22,000 student loan to go to school at the age of 37. She turned 50 last month, and she still has about $16,000 in debt left to pay off. And then while she works to pay off that debt, she has two sons, each carrying 5 figures of student loan debt, and they all wonder how in the world they're going to be able to pay off these debts. Her youngest son, and I think this is a story that resonates with all of you here, after 1 year in college, he owes $10,000. Now, as we heard today, last summer, Congress came together to lower interest rates for new borrowers, shaving off thousands from the cost of attending college for students like Inga's younger son. Republicans and Democrats agreed that student loan rates were far too high, and we acted. But this compromise didn't help Inga. It didn't help Inga's older son, who graduated 2 years ago, and the tens and thousands of Coloradans like him who took out loans before 2012. So it's time for us here in Washington to do what's right for the millions of Americans who would benefit from refinancing their loans. It's the right choice for Colorado. It's the right choice for our nation. And it's a way to restore opportunity for hundreds of thousands in Colorado and millions nationwide without increasing the federal debt, 1 penny in the process. Our economy is rebounding. It's time for my colleagues to stand with Coloradans and keep higher education affordable and accessible.